Well, hi. We're talking about Starseed mission activation, dragons, all things leading into what's coming in September. A little hint as to what's coming in September and how to know where you're at in all of this scale. And of course, I have my cards. So we're going to do an energy pull to get some direction for the next little bit and how we're going to navigate this. So we've got a lot. I got a lot to cover today. So I'm a few minutes early, I know, but I really was excited and let's get into it. So I'm going to open up my chat bar. When you arrive, let me know where you're from and what platform you're watching on. And let's dive into what's happening. So, dragons. I never thought that I would publicly be this girl. So, little story time with Dime, shall we? Are dragons real? Here's my theory. So, if dragons are real, okay, this is the way I've been looking at it and the way I've been talking with Corey about it. We believe in dinosaurs, right? We believe that dinosaurs were on this planet. Then why can't we believe that dragons are real? And that's sort of like the conversation I've been having with him as I'm moving through everything that I'm going through with my dragon and all of the things. Hello, all of my loves. Um, so are they real? Are they actually going to be in the physical? I'm going to go and say, yeah, I think so. I have a lot of evidence that I do believe that this is what's happening. And I want to give some very specifics on how to know if you are a dragon rider. Also, there's 13 galactic councils that I'm channeling right now that I'm going to talk to as well today. So, like, there's just so much. Okay. So, June was off the charts. I realize that we're still in June, but it doesn't feel like that for me. I am leaving on the weekend to go out east in New Brunswick and probably meet my dragon. Like, that sounds so crazy, but let me explain, okay, before you think I'm totally crazy. And I know I'm not the only one. So, everybody who feels this dragon energy and the dragon riders, blow up the comments with dragon emojis, please, so that we can show those naysayers and all of the people that are like, this girl's on drugs, that I am not alone on this. Like, don't leave me hanging here. So, June was full of a lot of activity. So, as you guys know, I've been talking a lot about the energy portal openings that have been happening this year. We had a massive one at the beginning of the year for 3 months, then it shut down. And then we had a massive one open up that's open until July 10th. Then it's going to be quiet from July 10th through to August 9th, which is full moon dates. And then August 9th, hold the F on because it's action time. It's actually standing in mission time. And that is going to go for the next 3 years. So we have 3 years of standing in purpose, standing in divine purpose, standing in mission, especially starseeds, especially dragon riders, especially grid workers, especially those that are working with children. Like, it is time. And we've been waiting for this for a long, long time. I really have hesitated in the past about talking about what's coming. So for those of you that know, like, you guys know me, I was born with my past life memories. And something really fucking cool came through in the Galactic event last Tuesday. So in June, let me back all the way up to being in Grand Cayman this year. Grand Cayman. I had this crazy experience on a dock at night. And thank you for the dragon emojis. Crazy experience where I was sitting on a dock with one of my dear Starseed sisters, who is just a fucking powerhouse. She's amazing. And out of the ocean comes these Octorians. And so, not Arcturians, Octorians, which is the inner world galactic, and did an introduction to me on what's going on with Atlantis, when it's going to rise again, what it looks like for us, um, and that there's a whole inner world of galactic beings. And we love to look up, and we've been programmed to look up. We've been taught about God and angels and all these things. So we just automatically look up. But there is a whole inner world. And that's way complicated to explain right now. Plus, I don't want to get flagged. So that's all I'll say there. But they did come up, they did surface and did an introduction with me and have not left my side since. So that would have been, I think, April that I was in Grand Cayman. And then I've been channeling. So I've been channeling my whole life. I was born this way. I remember being in the womb and I remember being connected to my councils, connected to all of the things, including my dragon. And my first book that I put out, we're going to go into something really important in this today. This is a channeled Starseed book. So this is on Amazon, diamond.com. You can find all the links to everything. It just makes it super easy. This is a channeled Starseed book about how to become the intentional creator of your reality. Use the Power 369, the 12 principles, how they work through us, govern through us, how they govern our energy. It's not something exterior. And it's a powerful tool and it's a good foundation for Starseed standing in mission. The next book is gonna come out later this year. I'm still every time I think I've got it figured out, more information comes through, and I'm just like, "Holy crap." So I just keep putting more in. So, I have this experience in May. They don't leave my side, and I start channeling more information about what's coming for us. We feel it, right? Let me know if you feel it. There is an ache. There's this intense ache, this intensity, this knowing that we're made for something, this wildfire burning within us that we are like, "What am I here for? Like, what am I doing?" So, this is the ache that we're experiencing right now, and it's magnifying. I'd love to know who's experiencing that. Hi, Ricky. I just saw your message. Um, so I just started reading your book. Yay, Paula. That makes my heart so happy because it's such a beautiful channeled experience for me. And it's changed my life fully as well as like a lot of people. So thank you for being part of that team. Okay. So in June, I was channeling the third like working with the Galactic Council of Sovereignty, the Atlanteans, um, Frigman, so many. And then in one event, I channeled all 13 civilizations. That's the most channeling I've ever done in my life. So the 13 inner world civilizations, which I have them on a list right here. So we're going to talk about them in a second. And they brought forward so much information for us, like individually as collectives, and then as a council, they came together. So their elders all are on one collective council. And that was this Tuesday past, or Monday, Tuesday. Guys, what day was it? I think Tuesday. Tuesday past channeling event. And what came through in that event, I didn't even know. Like, I've been told a lot of things. And when I'm allowed to share those things, I had no fucking clue. I was like, what? So, this is what I want to talk to a little bit. Thank you, Chevelle. I love you. Thank you, Paula. Good. So, this is the crazy thing that we're moving into. For me to put this in as safe language as I can here, um, because I don't want this content to come down. So we are moving into a timeline where here's what can I say? In September, the end of September, there's going to be some insane, beautiful events. And I have been blessed enough to know the Starseeds that are going to be doing that. I've met them. I know their mission. I've had the visions for years. And then they finally had their visions and we've connected. And I'm like, I knew it was you. So there's some really big, beautiful, bold transitions coming up in September as well. Let's go into the weird stuff about dragons before we go into the 13 civilizations. Dragon riders, we're being called out. And so again, back to if dinosaurs were real and you believe in that, why can't you fucking believe in dragons? And I personally believe that dinosaurs were dragons and that we've just been lied to a little bit. But anyway, that's just my theory. Who knows? I could be wrong on that, but that's what I do feel. Um, so are you feeling it? So let's talk about how to know if you're a dragon rider and what does that actually fucking mean, right? So I'm going to set you straight on something that's going to be a little confusing. You're not a dragon. You're not. You're a human experience right here in this timeline. And we have, if you have that dragon energy, I thought for the longest time I was a dragon. I had like so many dragon tattoos because I'm like obsessed, right? I was like, I'm a fucking dragon. I'm going to do this. But I'm actually Draco energy. I am the pre fall Draco energy, which probably a lot of dragon riders are. So if you have Rh negative blood, if you just know that you're different, you have an intense ache in your back, your upper back. It's your energetic Draco wings. If you have this sixth sense of knowing, psychic, intuitive gifts, all of these things. So sorry, I got distracted by the comments. I'm not going to look for a couple minutes. Draco energy is we tend to be quite fierce and we are very, very, very passionate. Let me tell you, we like passionate. We're also born into a life with a lot of trauma, a lot of abandonment, a lot of abuse, a lot of neglect, and we have to work our way out of the dark. We have to master the dark. We got to make the dark your bitch, man. Like you're here to do that. You're here to own that piece of you. And then all of a sudden you move into this ache for purpose. Now, you may be a crossbreed of Draco energy. There's a lot of that. I certainly am. But dragon riders, this is what we feel like. We have this like get up and go. It doesn't mean that we're all fierce. We're fierce in our unique way. So some of us, not me, I'm not that nice. Some of us are so fierce with our nurturing and our love and our compassion. I've met a few of those. And then some of us, but we just know, right? So signs that you might be connected into that dragon kingdom, you're going to see them in the cloud formation. So your eyes, I'm all over the map right now. I'm trying to make sense of all of this. Your eyes will go through some transition. So the human can only see into certain realms. Our human, our 3D human. As you ascend, your DNA becomes less dense, more light body. You hear light body code activation, stuff like that. It's more expansion of universal wisdom and conditioning or that universal wisdom, that universal flow, creator flow, God flow, universe flow, whatever you want to call this source energy that you are made of, the stardust. Okay. That starts to expand in your body and that holds universal wisdom. That holds connection to all that is. That is channeled through the plasmic energy of your body and they perfectly mirror each other. So all of a sudden, you start expanding in your knowing, not this phony bullshit. All of a sudden, I can use tarot cards and I'm an energy Reiki master healer jazz. That's all great. That's awesome. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about spiritual. I'm talking about remembering. I'm talking about remembering who the fuck you are. I'm talking about remembering how powerful you are. I'm talking about remembering all of your past lives and your gifts being remembered and you being able to use them. So your intuition goes up, telepathy starts, you're telepathic with plants and animals right off the hop when this happens, insects. I talk to bumblebees. Like I just do. I'm just that girl. I always have. I used to talk to the rocks in my driveway when I was a baby. I thought they were all alive, which they are technically. But I just have this telepathic ability that's always been there. Um, so you start to remember all of this stuff, and then the egg expands, but you don't exactly know for sure what it is. You just know there's something. You're like, there is something big. I am meant to do something here, but I can't find it. And you go through this phase of confusion, frustration. Like, where is it? What is it? How do I do it? And then you start following the spiritual path. And generally, that looks like becoming a Reiki master, becoming a quantum healer, doing oracle readings, doing all of the things and trying to figure out what is this gift? I know I'm here for it. And it aches and it burns. And then all of a sudden, boop, it clicks. That is the life of a dragon rider. That is also the life of a grid worker. This is the journey that we go through. And then all of a sudden we arrive and we know. So your eyes are going to go through an adjustment as this light expands in your body. As it expands, you start to shift all that you are, and your eyes start to work different. So, not just your third eye, your third eye will see all kinds of crazy things, but your actual eyeballs start to change. And then they get so you go through a phase of like, often it'll be either styes in your eyes. I used to call them stars when I was a little girl. I got styes all the time as a little girl. Also, my life was shit and I didn't want to see what was going on because it was super painful. So there's the emotional part of that. But I used to get styes all the time. Then I moved into a phase in my life where I had a condition, the experience of a condition called sclerosis, where my eyes were like eating each other. Like they were just like deteriorating. They were bright red, super painful. And when I got through that, all of a sudden I could see. I could see into all of the realms. Like I can see aliens. I can see them. I can see different cities in scapes. I can see when I go into Walmart, I don't know who's dead, alive, and why there's flying parrots everywhere that are following people around, and cats and dogs and horses and things. Like I'm like, whoa, it's an overload. With my eyeballs, I can see it. So I went through that phase. The next phase after that is a timeline of blurry eyes. It's like you've got film in your eyes or oil in your eyes, and you're just like, what is going on with me? And then all of a sudden, bloop, crystal clear. And I used to wear glasses. I have so many pairs of glasses, and now I don't need them. It's like all of a sudden your eyes just like course correct. And then you start to see um, way more. But as you're moving through this transition, and your eyes might just even be tired, or your eyelashes go all fucked, like pisses me off. I used to have great luscious long lashes and right now they're all like fangly. Like it's just insane to me. I'm just stop it, right? Got all the serums and the things and it's not working. They're just like, no, we're Starseeds. um so what happens is as you're moving through that phase, you're going to see dragons in the clouds because that's one of the realms in which they can present themselves. You'll be able to see them and connect them. And I've had the incredible honor of hosting 2 Dragon Rider activation programs in June. And they were all women this time. I'm waiting for the brothers. Where are the brothers? Where are the dragon brothers? All the sisters, we all got together. We went through these dragon activations in 2 separate groups. We went through remembering them, connecting with our dragon, activating teleoptic, meaning you're going to be able to see through your dragon's eyes as your dragon can see through your eyes. That is a gift from the Atlanteans. Also, side note, didn't say this, dragon riders were the protectors of Atlantis. So when Atlantis was here, because it was, there's evidence of that, um, the dragon riders were the protectors of it, knowing that destruction was coming and ready for it. And now we're going into our second battle, but we're doing it in this form. So your eyes are going to continue to adjust and shift. And one of the things is you'll see them in the clouds. And then in the Dragon Rider program, I was able to teach how to summon your dragon and how for your dragon to summon you and hear the call. So I can go outside. I have videos of it in our dragon group. Um, See, right, Amy? Okay, we're not the only one. Um, so I now know her name. I know her size. I know her skin tone. I know her smell. I know the sound of her yell, I guess we'll call it, her roar. I don't know what to call it. I know her heat. I know her. I know her. I remember her. And I've had so many activations um, that with her in my own meditations, that her and I have bonded and become one, and we're sisters. And it sounds so crazy to people who are brand new here. So, hi, I'm Dime, the Dragon Rider. Um, but I know her. I know her name, and I know what she prefers to be called. And we have such a strong bond right now that I can go outside and call upon my sister. And the clouds, if there's no clouds, clouds will form. But what happens is the plasmic energy of me that radiates through all so the moisture that radiates all through the air, time, space, everything up into the clouds. It pulls the moisture. She pulls the moisture out of the clouds, and so a dark cloud will appear, and she will take form to the point where I can see her eye, and she does. Trevor and I have this telepathic thing. My cat, my kitten, who I love, right? So my kitten and I will do this very slow blink of like 3 or 4 times. That's how we say I love you. And we just stare at each other in love. And she does that in the clouds. Her eye will actually slow blink at least 3 times. And my husband, thank God he's open minded. Man, oh man, I got a good one. He's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "That's my sister. That's her." And he's like, "That's like undeniable time." And I'm like, "I know, baby." He's like, to the point where now he's like, am I one of the brothers? Like, am I a dragon rider? I'm like, I don't know. That's your journey to figure out, not mine. You got to figure that out on your own. So this is how we're going to start to embrace them and be with them. And then I do believe that it's going to be in the physical. I 100% believe that. So one of my strongest past students, who's now a sister, she's a fucking phenomenal woman. She invited me to New Brunswick for a week, and I'm like, yes, yes, I'm going. So I'm going up there, and I feel like this is the timeline where I'm going to meet her. So I'm super fucking stoked about this. Can you have them as guides or guardians or maybe not be a rider? Yeah, 100%. I feel that a lot of us, if you have, this is what they've shown me. If you have dragons as guides and protectors, it's because in the galactic life, you're still a child. So you're a child in training. And so you in the galactic world, you go through a ceremony and an introduction to your dragon and your dragon to you, and you have to learn each other and bond. And so you grow up together actually. And as you grow up together, you really become like siblings, like brother and sister, 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 brother, brother, whatever. Or they and dragon. Um, so there's this bond that happens and they can be with you. So if you feel them as a guide or a guardian, it's probably you remembering that life where you're still very, very bonded and that energy is here with you now. But that means that you are there in training to be a dragon rider. 100%. And dragon rider doesn't necessarily mean going into battle for all of us. It does for me, that's for fucking sure. Um, but a lot of us are energy weavers. So you can be a grid worker, energy weaver as a dragon rider, or you can be a battle rider. I absolutely am. There's too many synchronicities for me to not. It's insane. So one of the things when I met the galactic version of myself, or when my dragon remembered me from that timeline, she has long blonde hair and a shaved head, and this was already after I'd booked the blonde extensions. I started archery last year, and she carries a bow and arrow, but it's different. I've had many meditations about golden arrows and how I use them from a little girl. And that's all part of my dragon rider essence that I've now merged into. So I've become that version of myself. So what we're meant to do is, as a team, there's 3 waves that are gonna happen starting in September. As we get closer to September, I will be sharing as much as I can here publicly, but this is what the Starseed Galactic channeling events are for. So I am gonna run because I'm calling you out, man. If you're a dragon rider, get your fucking ass in the group, man. Like, it's time. We are being called into action because action is September. And right now, when we go into July, it's Starseed mission activation for all of us. So first, let's talk about the Dragon Rider thing. So we've got the Dragon Rider program is a 4-week program. It's Tuesdays at 4:30. You can opt to do a recording only version, but you are going to be super sad if you do the recordings or do it live with us. You can do either or. Um, Lots of Dragon Riders did the recordings last month just because of the time zone difference, because we've got Dragon Riders. Listen to this. Listen to this. Tell me this isn't happening, right? All over the US, all over Canada. We have Switzerland, we have Denmark, we have Germany, we have Mexico, we have Australia. There's 4 of them in Australia. Australia, you guys are powerhouses. Holy shit. We have Dragon Riders in Finland, South Africa. Did I say Ireland already? England. There's 2 in England. And then a shit ton in the US. Like, we're global. We're global. And this is like, to me, it's amazing. Um, so I'm going to be doing that again in July, starting the 8th. You don't have to do it. You can find your own way with it. You don't have to do anything. It's just helpful. But the starseed energy. So let's talk about the 13 civilizations right now. So this is the coolest takeaway that I had from last month's full channeling. We did a full series, a 4-week series with the inner world galactic and the Atlanteans, and it was fucking amazing. And the dragons and all of the things. But the biggest takeaway when we were working with the collective council of the 13 civilizations was a little snippet is we are in a forced reincarnation loop. I'm going to be talking a lot about that in August with Ricky, my brother, and Lisa, my my like actual starseed brother sister. Um, there's going to be all kinds of things in August, but we are in a reincarnation loop, and it's not necessarily we don't have free will. We think we do, but we actually are in a snare. So there's this energetic veil up. That's all I can say about that. And we are put into a reincarnation cycle. So that wasn't always there. That was just after Jesus that came in. Um, and that's when we sort of starseeds got trapped here. So starseeds, we don't feel like we belong. We have the hardest fucking lives. We often have autoimmune conditions. We've had neglect, abuse. We've had all of these heavy, heavy, heavy things, right? Because we are held down. And the biggest takeaway that I got from that is every time you reincarnate, your soul is split. I didn't believe in soul at all. I talk about how I don't believe in soul energy in my book. I didn't believe in it at all. But what I've learned is there's one massive source soul per experience, per person or whatever you want to call it. But each time we're reincarnated, our soul is fractioned and fractioned and fractioned. So you get reincarnated, it gets split into two versions. You get split again and again and again and again and again and again and again until you are lost, until you are lost and trapped. And so you forget everything. And so this has been going on for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, thousands of years. I don't know how long ago was Jesus, long fucking time ago. So we've been divided over and over and over again. And this is why we only use a fraction of our brain. This is why we have to remember our psychic gifts and remember our lives and go through this journey. And this is why we get so captivated on putting our power outside of ourselves, because we're not whole. And so a big part of the Starseed activation mission is we are going to go through something, that's all I can say, that is going to be like crazy and amazing. And it is going to reawaken and reunite soul energy, so that you become whole again. That's all I can say here. It was kind of like a little delicate how we had to unfold all of that, but that's the sum of it, which I just thought was freaking amazing and beautiful. And it resonates so much with me because I feel so divided with who I am. And like I have so many versions of myself, like so many parallel experiences. So, anyways, there's that piece. So, this is what we're moving through. And this is going to be a big piece of what we're going to be doing in Starseed Mission. July is all about activating you for the mission, meaning some of us are going to be remember all of it. They've shown me why I remember all my past lives. And I've done 2 rounds here in Gaia. So I did one massive round a long time ago, and then I went back and did all my galactic shit and got prepared for this timeline, and I came here. And I was born in this life with all of my past life memories, my galactic memories. I knew there was a dragon. I just didn't remember her name, but I knew she was there. Um, and I knew what was going to happen in my 40s. So I'm closer to 50 than I am 40 now, which is super awesome, but whatever. But I knew, right? So this is what we're moving through. And the councils, I did talk about them, I think last time I was live, but let's do a quick recap of the 13 civilizations that we're currently working with that are from the inner world. So the inner world are the protectors of Atlantis. There is a whole lot of stuff going on. So in a nutshell, really, really quick, a little bit redundant, but Terra is Earth, and Gaia is one sphere on Earth, and the Arctic wall, aka the magnetic poles that everybody keeps talking about, that's what's shifting, is the Arctic wall. And when that shifts, it's going to open up the floodgates for the energy outside of Gaia to come into Gaia and change the plasmic energy, change the waters, change the frequency, change the vibration, but also open us back up into allowing full unity with all galactic. So disclosure will happen. They're not necessarily going to come out of the sky. They might, probably, they will be, but they're also going to come from the waters, and they're going to arrive, and we're going to come into union, but we're going to remember it. So there's this little sphere that's over us. That's the veil that I'm talking about. That's going. But we have to be the ones to take it down. So that's why we're feeling an urgency. And then we got a whole lot of distractions with this stuff that's happening that looks like we might be like pew-pewing each other. That's not going to happen. I don't want to use the terms that's happening there, but it's all a distraction right now. So the 13 civilizations are, they're really fucking cool, man. So I'll actually tell you when I'm talking to all of them. So I'm going to be channeling the 13 civilizations for different activations. So July 8th, it's Andromeda Elders, the golden ones, as well as Andromeda. It is the Lyran and Lyran Feline Councils, and this is about memory activation on July 8th, the Starseed channeling event. So this is a combination of these energies. If you resonate with these, obviously Lyran Feline, we've got Feline, Leo Rising, Leo anything, you're probably Lyran. We have big personalities. We are massive protectors. Andromeda and Lyran both are protectors and warriors and gatekeepers, and they hold sacred things close. So you probably are the type of person that everybody comes to for advice because you're a beautiful vault for them and you're never going to spill their tea. So that's that kind of vibe. Then July 15th, it's Syrian, Arcturian, Mantid, Saphirian Angelic Order, which is the Dragon Riders. This one's going to be the quantum and grid healer activation. So it'll take your healing modalities to a whole other level if you're already an energetic healer. But we're also going to talk about how to add quantum healing into the sacred grid and the cosmic heart. So that one's going to be really freaking cool. The 22nd, we're talking to the Palladian elders, not the Palladian babies that everybody else is channeling. And it's all love and light and it's super fluffy and sweet. They're so cute and joyous. The Palladian elders, the vegan elders, the blue avian and gold avian galactic. This is DNA and dragon light code activation, sacred protector codes. This one is going to be very delightful, to be honest. Um, this crew are very much so if you're going to resonate with them if you are naturally funny. I don't know anything about me. I think I'm funny. Okay. Funny, haha, funny on drugs, not on drugs. Funny, charismatic. You are you're just animals love you and kids love you, even if you do or do not love them. They just love you. Babies stare at you like, what are you? Um, you would resonate with them are for if you don't like chemicals, right? Like I can't eat anything out of a box or a can. Like, bleh, nope. My body just doesn't like it. My body likes organic. Um, we often will move from being like myself, I fluctuate so much between being vegan, being vegetarian, being full on carnivore. It's like my diet shifts so much. And I just listen in honor to my body. So you probably have that. You may have digestive issues, Crohn's disease, irritable bowel syndrome, the lovely hemorrhoids, because it's all that anchoring energy. So TMI for some of you. I'm just saying some of the symptoms that are coming through. So fucking random. And then July 29th, we're doing Orion light lineages, Draco Royal, and the Anunnaki. And this one is about Masters of Creation, spiritual gifts activation. So this one's going to take your psychic levels on a whole other level, as well as your teleoptic, teleempathetic, telekinesis. All of those gifts are going to start to get activated or enhanced for you if you're already there with them. So that's going to be so freaking exciting. And you would resonate with them if you are very creative. So that council, the three of them together, you love music, you love dance, you like movement, you like working out, you like feeling your body. You probably like sex a lot too. You like technology, like new phone day. When you get your new phone day, it's like the best day. You're like, oh my God, I love new phone day. You are curious about sci-fi stuff, but you do not handle scary stuff well. So it's like hard to watch horror movies or things like that. But sci-fi, you're like, oh, make my brain work, make my brain work. And you love the feeling of your brain growing. So there's that. Okay. There's that piece. What else do we want to talk about? How about I have a quick look at the comments before I go any further into this? But I just think this is the coolest timeline. Like I have been waiting my whole life for this. Fuck Disney. I didn't wait for Disney. This is what I want. Okay. I have a dragon. Came to me 2 years ago. Beautiful moment. Amazing. I love so when I first met, I have a couple dragons actually, but the one I'll be riding, she's the one that's my sister. But I do have a protector dragon as well that's big and like a reddish brown. And I met that dragon. Actually, weird story. So I had this meditation in 2002, where I was like looking at my hands. I was like, okay, I'm in a different timeline, and I had tattoos, which is super funny. Didn't realize that till right now. And I looked out in my backyard. There was a man sitting in a stone labyrinth. There was a willow tree in the corner, and there was a forest way off in the back. And I walked through and I watched the backyard morph, and the willow tree grew, and there was a little koi pond. And um, then the husband and the labyrinth showed up. And then I just took off running into the forest and literally like threw myself at this dragon. And it was the best meditation that has sat with me my whole life. And then what's really funny is it's the backyard I'm living in now. Like it hit me the other day. Corey and I planted a willow tree, and I was like, oh, it seems so deja vu. Like that's weird. And then we're looking at the yard and how to design it. And I made this really cool fire pit with like pebbles, like river rock and stuff. And then I was like, oh, adjacent to that, like I really would love to do like a labyrinth style garden. And I was like, oh my God, this is the backyard. And she is often in that forest, which is just crazy cool. So, anyways, I thought that was really neat. Okay. What else have we got for comments? I've been feeling heat on the lower part of my left, like on fire. And I've been seeing weeks, dragons in the clouds. I was able to take a shit ton of pictures. That's amazing. My back is on fire. Does anybody have fire in their back? Like it's the dragon light code activation comes through as fire and it's in my back. And then I'm going through these flexes of like yesterday. Holy moly, I was spicy. Like, I was like, I just wanted to stomp. I was like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah," like, not grumpy, just like fiery for no reason. I was like, what is going on with me? And then today, no, today is tired. Today is, oh, I'd love to lie down. Because I'm majorly going through the integration. Okay. I can also see dragons and other videos in the sky that I've taken. That's amazing. Thank you, Heather. I recently became aware of the recent reincarnation loop, right? Thanks, Jenny. All right. Oh, I love that. I always so transcending Julie. I always notice you for some reason. There's something interesting there. Willow trees dance every day. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Let's go into an energy pull, shall we? Let's do it. You want to do it for, let's have fun. Let's have fun. I just thought of something. I'm going to do it for the 4 events that we're channeling in July. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. You can pick a number. But I'm going to do a reading for each council. So number 1 will be Andromeda, Lyran, Feline councils. The second card pull will be for Sirian, Octurian, Mantid, Spherian. Then the third will be Palladian, Vegan, Blue and Gold, Avian. And then the fourth will be the Orion Light Language and Draco, Royal Draco, and the Anunnaki. Let's do it like that. But you can also pick 1, 2, 3, or 4. I love to know. Let me know. Again, for those of you that are brand new, because there is quite a few new followers. Thank you for that. Oh, I love you. We're killing it on Facebook right now. I would love to be killing it on YouTube though. So if you guys want to help me by subscribing to YouTube, that would be amazing. TikTok's just going for me right now. There's nothing happening there, but that's fine. So yeah, if you are on Facebook, I would love it if you would go subscribe and support me here. Oh, there's an extra card. On YouTube at Diamond No. Okay, we've got some numbers coming up. Amazing, kind of 4. Love that. Beautiful. There's like an overall. Oh, well, let's just hold the phone. We had someone else come through for half a second here. So we do have our 4 piles here. But before we do that, we're going to talk to the Golden Elders, which is Andromeda. So why are you coming through like this? What's going on here? Oh, that's why. Okay. There's just an overall message that wanted to come through from the Golden Elders, which is the Andromeda Elders, who are so beautiful and loving. Channeled them in May. Friggin' incredible. So this is just their message. As I was tapping into galactic energy, they were like, if we could have the microphone for a moment. Their message is it can be hard to be human. It can be challenging, and we have ups and downs. And we have ups and downs. There are 12 principles, okay? This is what I want you to understand. So in my book on page 76, it's the smallest, easiest read. It's not even hard to read. Page 76 is where the 12 principles start. And one of them is the principle of rhythm, meaning that everything, remind me to go into synchronistic galactic numbers. Is that how you say that? Anyways, principle of rhythm. I pre-recorded the energy forecast for the next 2 weeks because I'm going to be away, right? And I didn't want to stress and miss it when I came back or do it under pressure. I really wanted sacred space for that, so I pre-recorded them. And we're flexing into a very sticky timeline. It's the gateway closes July 10th, and we have a very quiet time from July 10th to August 9th. Then the gate opens back up and it's action time. So this timeline is about self mastery. It's mastering your fears. It's mastering your all of the things. It is looking at what wants to be healed so that you can lift your vibration, right? And the principle of rhythm is going to kick in just before that. So I don't have a calendar. Hold on. You're going to feel the pullback in and around July 2nd, 3rd, so next week, where things are going to feel a little disconnected. They're going to feel a little sticky. They're going to feel a little shadowy. And this, you're not doing anything wrong. So the Golden Elders wanted to come through to remind you that you're never disconnected and you're not doing anything wrong. It's just interesting being human. There can be timelines where we have to integrate, we have to adapt, we have to um, let the energy permeate in our body. And so as we move through that, it's pretty quiet. And sometimes this gets quiet, the third eye or the crown chakra or the meditations, because there's other work going on in the lower chakra system. It's very important that you keep your balance as a human and a star seed, that you're not all head in the clouds chasing the things, that you are still here enjoying being human and moving out of guilt, moving out of shame, moving out of the old story of there must be something wrong. I'm not working. I'm not connected. So we are going to move into a really quiet timeline. We are in it together. We've got this. There is a Facebook group right now that you can join. We have a free one and we have a paid one. The paid one is just for people who are already my students. But the free one, you can email us. I don't even remember what it's called. Starseeds Unite with Diamond No is what it's called. Duh. Of course it's called that. But you have to answer the question so that I know that you're just not some rando. So if you've been following along, you just have to say that. So this is your reminder, your overall reminder that you're not getting it wrong, and to be patient and to be tender and to give yourself space and grace. It's okay if things are quiet. All right, let's go into number ones. So this is from Andromeda and the Lyran and Lyran feline councils. Lyran, doesn't matter. All right, so those of you that picked number one, it's actually just some direction. So for you to have the ultimate activation, we are having cosmic heart activation. You have a heart chakra. That's basic. Every 3D person has that. 4D, 5D, fifth dimensional consciousness, you're going to get your galactic heart chakra. And then you're going to get your sacred heart chakra. So sacred heart chakra is 4D, galactic is 5D, 6D is cosmic heart activation. So we have layers in us, right? It's a lot of weight to carry, let me tell you. So we have layers. For that to happen for you, this is available for you. This is what we're moving into as we move through Starseed activation, mission activation. So the cosmic heart must be activated for that. Number one, some of the messaging that you want to look at or the direction for you is for that to happen for you, it is time to truly get out your journal and a pen, and you're going to go on a discovery process of what are your coping mechanisms. Mine is avoidance. Karen, I just saw your comment. How do I know if I'm a starseed? Baby, if you're still here watching my fucking face, you're a starseed, let me tell you. And your brothers and sisters are waiting for you. So you just join. You do not need beginner courses. You can literally throw yourself in and you'll be thrusted awake. All right, back to direction for number ones. And any of the starseeds that are in this group, any of my brothers, sisters, and theys, let Karen know that she'll belong. Okay, so we want to look at what are our coping mechanisms. Mine is absolute sheer avoidance. When I am moving through things, 2 things happen. 1, my trauma response, my ego. When I am avoiding an emotion, my ego will start singing a song on repeat over and over and over and over and over again to distract itself because it doesn't want to do the work. It doesn't want to feel the pain. Or I love bed a lot. Like, I will walk out of my office and instead of going and seeing the dog, in between client calls, I'll just go lay on my bed for 5 minutes and be like, I love bed," or I over meditate. So what are you doing to cope? Is it substance? Is it avoidance? Is it keeping yourself super, super busy? Is it codependency? Is it getting another credential? Is it reading another book? Is it aching for more? I want you to slow down. So anybody who's chosen pile number 1, the direction that's coming for you is to slow down. We don't want to go into avoidance, but we want to open up that space. So you're just going to spend time acknowledging your heart because it's probably beautiful. Acknowledge this heart. Let that energy move up through you, with you, for you, so that you can allow the memories to come, the wisdom to come, the direction to come, and your inner compass to kick off and give you the direction through the principle of inspired action. Okay. So that's for number 1. So you're just going to do a little self evaluation right now, disassociation, right? Like, what's that? I wouldn't know anything about that either. All right, let's talk about number 2. So this is the Syrian, Octurian, Mantid, and Spherian angelic order. All right, my darlings. This is about moving into the most authentic version of yourself. So there's a huge difference between someone who in their 30s literally was like, "This is all of me. I'm a starseed. I'm a this. I'm a that. I'm loving myself. I'm dating myself." Oversharer a lot. Like, let me tell you, trauma response because I just want it to be seen. And I thought if I got it all out of the way, then there'd be no surprises, and then I would know if I was safe. And it was like projection everywhere, right? Um, so authenticity instead is about honoring all 4 of your bodies. So I want you to look at it like this, okay? If you're going to become the galactic version of yourself, which is what's happening, okay? You're becoming them. You're becoming them. You're embodying their gifts. You're becoming everything that they are, their power, everything. You're going to host all of that energy. You're going to remember all of that energy in here, in your body. So are you actually a vessel for that? Or are you talking shit to your body? Are you judging your body? Are you judging your aging process, your weight, your whatever? Are you judging your relationship with prosperity, with other people, with your family? Are you being all blah, 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 boo hoo hoo energy? Are you holding yourself back or are you standing as a sacred vessel? So it's time for you to have a sacred vessel. This also looks like, my loves, boundaries. Nobody gets to disrespect you. And we're not going to be spicy assholes. We're just going to be confident in our boundaries. For you to hold all of this, moving into the most confident version of you is what's going to happen. You are going to become so unbelievably confident, and not confident in an ego way, not confident in "Oh, I'm society's version of lovely" way. No, 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 no. You're gonna be standing there being like, "You can't fucking stop me. I am fire. I am a dragon rider. I am whatever it is that I am, and this is what I know I am, and it's not my problem if your little pea brain can't handle that." If you wanna stay locked into old stories about God and the devil, go enjoy that because that's not what it's about. You stand so confident that nothing shakes you. Absolutely, Cassie, unknowing. It is unshakable, unbreakable. And then this crazy thing happens where you become fearless and instinctual fear starts to leave you. I have this, I've had some trauma. Okay. So I have weird paranoias. I have weird phobias. I've had weird phobias. So one of the things that I am terrified, man scream, running across the yard away from flying bugs, dragonflies, butterflies, and moths. Couldn't do it. terrifying. Like they were gonna like flutter in my ear and I was gonna die or something. And the other day, literally the other day, like Saturday or Sunday, I was in the backyard with Frankie, my dog, playing frisbee with him. And my husband's standing there holding his beer as he does, right? Standing there with his beer, and I've got my little cup with my whiskey, and I'm throwing a frisbee. And he's like, "Babe," I'm like, "Yeah, what?" And he's like, "You all right?" I'm like, "What do you mean, am I all right?" And he's like, "Look around." And I'm like, "Yeah, what?" And he's like, "There's literally 200 dragonflies flying around you right now." And I was like, "Yeah, I know." And then he's like, and I was like, "Oh my God, what? What?" I wasn't like, it didn't even register. Like I knew they were there and I was talking to them and I was having telepathic conversation with them, not man screaming and running across the yard, throwing my drink at Corey and being like, "Get me out." So that was cool. Okay. Phobias gone. This is amazing. Instinctual fear, trauma fear gone. So you're going to have that happen as well. But it is about owning boundaries. So one of the boundaries that's most important is boundary between your ego and your heart. Your ego does not get to run the ship anymore. Your ego is your operating mechanism and it is responsible for all of the things you like, all of the things you don't like, what you will tolerate, what you won't tolerate, what music you like, how you laugh, your personality. That's your ego. That's your human experience. So you're going to love that. You're not going to shun that, but it doesn't run the ship anymore. It's not in control anymore. It doesn't get to say, we don't have enough. We're not worthy. We're too this, we're too that. It doesn't get to do that anymore. So you're going to get that under control. So it's about boundaries, owning that. And then I want you to let go of, you have a big, generous heart. Those of you that are in this category, and you are overgivers and you are over nurturers. It's not your role. It's not your job to be everything for everyone. It's your job to be everything for you. So I want you to start to acknowledge where you're going to pull back. And when people come to you and they're like, "Oh my God, best friend, I don't know what to do." And be like, "Yeah, wow. Wonder how you're going to figure that out." That's it. Like, "Oh, I really hope you figure that out. That sounds so challenging." You're going to use empathy and you're going to let them learn their lessons. We all have that one friend that comes to us with the same problem over and over and over and over and over and over again. And you just look at them and you try to give them all the advice, but they don't actually want to change. They want to learn their lesson. So let them learn their lesson, stop providing it to them. Let's go into number threes. So number threes, you are Palladian elders, vegan elders, blue and gold avian energy. Okay. Ready? Are you ready to say yes? Are you ready to say yes? Stop refusing what's available to you. Stop coming up with excuses of, "Well, I can't because, I can't because." Stop coming up with reasons to not do the things that you need to be doing right now. There's no more excuse time. It's time to get this clear. It's time to step into taking those excitable leaps of faith. The hardest lesson I had to learn for my journey was spending money. I love money. I have such a great relationship with prosperity. I love spending it. I love gifts. I love gifting things to people, right? Like fucking love that. Um, and one of the lessons that I learned at a really young age um, was I went to, I don't even remember how it all happened, but this guy who came into my life, this old man who creep ass energy, like bleh, disgusting, but he did teach me something. He was an artist, so he had times of money and times of no money. And he was like, "Well, I'm in a time of no art being produced," which was his term for I don't have money because he never talked about money. And he's like, "However, let's go and get this from the store together." And so we went on a walk and it was like ice cream or something. I don't fucking know. And I was like, "Well, if you're in a time of no art, how is it that you're not afraid? Like, how is it that you're buying ice cream?" And he's like, "If you turn the faucet off and you don't let it flow, it won't flow in." And I was like, "Oh." So that always sat with me since I was like, I don't know, 10, 12, I don't know. And so every time I spend money to get into increasing prosperity, I would be like, I'm turning on the faucet and it's an exchange. It's just an endless flow. So I want you to figure out what is it that you're blocking? Is it prosperity? Is it love? Is it getting healthy and strong? Because Dragon Riders, you got to get fucking strong. Let me tell you, that's a whole other conversation. Um, is it What are you doing? Why are you holding yourself back? And why are you not allowing yourself to say yes? Why are you not allowing yourself to put it into the world, to take that leap of faith, to sign up for the dating thing, to whatever it is? It's time to say yes. And in all of that, there's a little bit of um, quick message in regards to prospect or forgiveness. I think that giving forgiveness is a load of shit. It's just me. I'm not saying I'm right. I feel very passionately about this, however, which is a very unpopular opinion. Why would I forgive someone who didn't do better? I'm not doing that. I'm not going to hold on to it. When I was in my like 29, I think, 27, I had a big ass tramp stamp on my back because that was the thing you do when you're 27. And it's like Cinderella's pumpkin turning into a carriage, and it's like it was one of my biggest transformative times. So I got the whole like because I used to think I was Cinderella because I was so abused and I knew that I was meant for something special. Didn't realize that I was a starseed, so my brain interpreted as Cinderella, which I thought was funny when I grew up. And I was like, oh, I'll just get Cinderellas. Anyways, in French it says, "Never forget, never mourn." So don't forget, but don't mourn it. Don't hold on to it. Don't let it keep you hostage. It's about neutrality. So, those of you in the number 3 category, it's not about forgiveness and it's not about, I should have done better. I could have done better. I would have if I could have, should have, woulda. It's about, if I know better, I do better. And that's what you're being called out to do right now. If you know better, do better. If you know that there's something you're supposed to say yes to, say yes. Because whatever it takes for you to say yes will be reciprocated threefold for you. So it's time to say yes. So I want you to look at that. I want you to look at, where are you unknowingly holding on to shame, resentment, grudges. You don't have to forget it. You just do not have to mourn it. You can let it go and you can move into neutrality. I am like that with all of my birth family. Um, all of them, actually. Not one of my birth family is in my life right now because they didn't do better. They did not do better. They're narcissists, they're abusers, they're so fucking vain, it's ridiculous. Like, no, thank you. And I don't want any of that, but I don't have any negativity towards them. I literally don't ever even think about them. They're just not there. Am totally neutral. You go get whatever you need somewhere else. I'm not offering anything. It's not my role. So think about it like that. All right, let's go into number fours. So number fours are Orion light languages, the Draco Royal, and the Anunnaki. This is about the opposite of loneliness. Okay, Starseeds, we feel like we're crazy. I know. I know the awakening, the remembering journey. Like, it's not even awakening, it's remembering. I know, like, I know. There's so many times, and when I finally decided to be fully transparent about this dragon stuff, it took me a long time, because I didn't wanna be that girl on the internet that was like, "Is she on drugs? Did like, what?" I was nervous because you feel like you're crazy. I get it. Going through the whole morphing and having crazy meditations and feeling galactic energy and being like, "How do I tell my family I'm a starseed?" You just don't. You just be a starseed. You don't have to tell anybody. But owning it, like really truly owning that, can feel very uncomfortable sometimes. And it can be very isolating. It can be very lonely. What I'm hearing for this fourth pile is, welcome to the family. Your people are showing up, and this is a request for you to believe deeper, to own it within yourself, own it within your inner conversation, own it within your heart. Walk as though you are a starseed. I am walking like a dragon rider right now. Let me fucking tell you. Like, I'm walking like her. Yeah, I am owning her. I am not afraid to talk about it to the people who are open to it. I am not afraid to plant seeds. And it's not that I'm going to like start up a conversation with a stranger and be like, so about dragons. I'll be like, and I mean, I have a lot of my dragons on display, right? Like, I've got 2 big dragon tattoos. I'll be like, "Oh, you like dragons?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna ride one day." Ha ha ha. And then I just giggle and I walk away. Um, This is about don't isolate yourself and don't be lonely anymore. You came here for this, and I can assure you from a girl who came from nothing. I came from nothing. I came from the foster care. I came from shelters. I came from absolute abandonment. I was not fully raised by my birth parents. I was left destitute. I came from nothing. And then as an adult, my entire family, being Jehovah's Witnesses, turned their back on me and gave me a garbage bag of clothes. I had 2 babies, took my babies, gave me a garbage bag of my clothes, gave me my husband's car for a week and said, "We're picking it up in a week. Bye," and changed the locks on the door and kicked me out. Completely I sit alone, no friends. My whole world was Jehovah's Witnesses. I had nothing. And I was a starseed on top of that, and crazy psychic on top of that. And this was not cool to talk about back then. This was like 2000, 2002. Like nobody was talking about it like this. I know loneliness like very, very well. And I can assure you and I can promise you that we're ready for you. We're waiting for you. Your family is waiting for you. And and your lover is waiting for you. If you do not have your lover yet, they're coming, babe. It is a part of this journey to receive love. And that's the beautiful thing about all of this is when you ask yourself, why are you holding it back? You don't have to be lonely. You can let it in. And you're going to have a beautiful transition as long as you continue. Don't look at the things like toxic vulnerability. Okay. Starseeds, we're really sensitive to toxic vulnerability, but we also love it like a fat kid loves cake. Toxic vulnerability looks like, um, here's all my pain through my mouth. Here's all my words of pain. Like, oh, I have such a bad kink in my neck, or oh, my back hurts so much, or oh, I have this. Like, I've had cancer. I've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia. I've been diagnosed with MS. I've been diagnosed with so many things. And I'm not going to sit here and let that be. I'm not going to talk about my problems. I'm going to find solutions. And toxic vulnerability is when you are aching to receive love. And so we get all like, here's what's wrong, help, right? Because we just want to be seen. We want to be loved. We want to be held. What a beautiful gift. And so if you feel that vulnerability, the toxic vulnerability coming up, I want you to catch it. And I would just want you to then turn to, because like we do it, we're humans. I will do it sometimes. I'll be like, I'm so fucking tired. And then Corey will be like, and I'll be like, oh, babe, can you just hold me and kiss my forehead? And I turn it into that. And I ask to receive because that's what toxic vulnerability is. It is just the ache to be loved. So I want you to look at how are you receiving love and just the awareness of receiving love. So if your dog is like overly jumpy or licky licky, that's you receiving love in a weird way. Okay. If your cat's like, oh, let me sit on your lap. Oh, that's you receiving love. My cats do not snuggle. I don't understand. There's 3 fucking cats in this house and not one of them snuggles. And it drives me fucking crazy. Because I love snuggles, right? Like just fluffy things in my face. I love them. Um, so how can you receive love? Take your acknowledgement to love. Look at how you look at life. Every time you acknowledge something beautiful, if there's like hawks in the sky or something, you're like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. That's a reflection of you. If the clouds and the sunset's amazing, be like, oh my God, that's a reflection of me. I'm so loved. I am love. I am the vibration of love. I am love. I am loved. That's what's going to support you getting through the next little bit. I went on a tangent there. Sorry, I got super fucking excited. There's that. Kept it to an hour. Air punch. All right. Can resonate with Jehovah's Witnesses thing. I know him, but it's definitely for the best. Right? Walking away from it. Yeah. Well, I don't want to be part of a cult anyways. I know the abusive JWs. I've been there for 25 years. What, Susan? You're a JW? Did I already know this? Cannot wait till our one-on-one. Ooh, that's so cool. Okay. I missed some of the live. Grandson wanted to video chat. Aw, get the replay, Louise. Happy grandsons. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. All the dragon, all the love, all of the things. My inner standing, growth equals choices, transcendence. Julie, you are beautiful. I love that. All right, my darlings. I need to hear number 2. You're so welcome, guys. All right, I'm sending you all my love. I don't think that anything is up on the website about the events, but the newsletter's coming out. I didn't ask the girls when. I think it's on the weekend. So if you're not signed up for the newsletter yet, go to diamondno.com, subscribe to the newsletter. It's going to have all of the information about Dragon Riders, all of the programs that are the channeling stuff that's coming up, and then it will be on the website probably by the weekend. So also, please, 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 if you are not following, hit the follow button and help me, help us. It's not me, help us. Like, there's such a big group of Starseed family right now. Help us find our other family. So, by following, you're helping me get into the algorithm, which is helping people find us and all of you amazing souls in the comments. So, we just open our hearts, open our arms to all of you. And if you're not subscribed to YouTube, please, 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 mwah, I would love that. It would be so beautiful to see that grow. All right. I am off. I'm going to be MIA as of right now in like 30 seconds until the beginning, I don't know, when I'm back from New Brunswick, but I'll probably post in my stories. So, especially if they meet a fucking dragon, let me tell you, there'll be like me like crying on camera. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. So I'll keep you posted on all of that. But until I see you again, I want you to go look in the mirror and find as many reasons as you can to say, thank you. I love you. And I'll see you when I see you.